Hi guys. So initially we thought, or some people, some of us actually said, yeah, we don't know all that went wrong. That Korra with the lifestyle that we see, that could be the problem. But you can see all that is right now unfolding and how it's honestly unfolding. To be honest with you, you don't judge a book by its cover. I wouldn't have thought that Justin Dean, the husband of Korra, with his knowledge and perhaps openness, or what he tend to portray, we don't know, that he would want to go stealing from the woman, or let's use the word taking, because right now YouTube are not permitting lots of words that are kind of abstract, so that he would take money from the joint account without formally discussing that with his wife. That is not normal because, according to Cora's statement, he has not sent a dime since he left the house, to her to take care of his kids at least. And they're having two beautiful daughters. In case you're wondering, who is she talking about? Korra, Obidi, and Justin Dean. There's a couple, or we're a couple who had Facebook page of over 4 million followers. So, and recently news came about their divorce through the husband, Justin Dean. He came out and publicized that they were divorced. And that was, I think, about 4 days after the wife, Cora, gave birth to the second baby, Athena. And the news was kind of devastating because, I mean, 4 days, like, she just gave birth. She, 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 she's naturally under so much pressure from stress and all, and she has a toddler. She has the first one, June, who is I think she should be about 4 or 3, I'm not sure. So who still needs all the care, and then he left the house. He couldn't even stay. It's okay, let's just get Athena through this early phase of her life, with the new baby. But he left. And this is a woman who is in a strange place, the United States of America. How do I mean strange? By that I mean she is without her family. This is the her own family that she has there. So her own parents and siblings, they reside in Nigeria, and this is something that, of course, the so-called Mr. Dean is fully aware of. And talking about the topic lifestyle, he knows her very well before they met. She was actually a dancer from the beginning. In fact, that was the thing that made her travel to China, according to her story I once heard sometime, because the father would not have a dancer in his house and she had to leave, you know. And on that course, they met. So there was nothing new. She didn't just start what she was doing. He saw it and came. So that in the long run, he said, okay, she was cheating and a lot of things that are coming out, which initially Cora was being calm and not wanting to, rub off all in the public. But right now, she said no. The being calm is being misunderstood, and he is using it against her. Now we got to know that even though he left her to handle all as it is, handle both kids, obviously he doesn't even care about the welfare. And for the fact that he took 5,000 out of the account, and later, according to Cora's, display that he later put forward. Okay, it took 4,999. I know he was bent on taking the 4,000 or 5,000. And when he saw that the public was like, why would you take all you guys have? This is all the lady is depending on to take care of your own kids. Then he returned it, and said it was a mistake. So obviously you can see that there are a lot of underlying issues that are wrong with the man, Justin Dean, that we do not know, because Korra is the outspoken one, the one we see, the one who's always available, pouring her mind fighting with her members when she has to, laughing and sharing all. Then like tend to almost say we've seen her all kind of. But the Justin Dean, who's kind of who tends to be calm, then he leaves you thinking, you just cannot predict such a person. So for the fact that he actually took the kids away and allowed them to spend 3 days, whereby the younger one, Athena, who's still a newborn, or at least she's not up to 7 months old. No, you know. So she has been. Did I say seven? Is Athena up to 4 months old? Still a suckling child. The father took them away. Of course, it wasn't done without Korra's knowledge. But the problem was, it was not agreed on that he would stay for 3 days with the little child who needs the mother's, food, breast milk to survive. And what did he do? He bought them formula, and that I couldn't reckon with it. She has a mom who needs her to actually, suck those breasts to take the milk because they at that moment of lactation when they get filled it could be disturbing. And she needs her baby who's gonna have it. And he stayed away from 3 whole days. And according to Korra, she said she kept calling, she kept writing, she kept saying, "You need to bring my baby," because that she was so much in pain, and she knows that the baby will be in pain also drinking. And when she finally saw that she had to involve the lawyer before it actually clicked, and when she saw the child, that the baby grabbed grabbed the boobs and was having her feel, which I was like, why would he do that? I think Justin is being more of selfish. As for Justin, it's more of a thing of revenge, like trying to fight, than the necessary. Okay, we're divorced. You can have your life. I will always come watch after my kids. Which, according to Korra, she says she has no problem with him coming to see his kids. You know, the kids should know their father, which is a fair and I mean, it's a good thing to do. But that he wouldn't let it go. Like, you know, he tends to make moves that shows he is fighting her and then fighting his kids without knowing it. So I wouldn't say possessiveness because, according to Korra said he walked out on the marriage. He chose to leave. He called the marriage off. She has been taking all he's been doing. She wasn't against it, but he called it off because, according to her, she said he felt that would crush her, that would, pull her down, pull the channel down, pull the followers down like that. Would be fully to her disadvantage. And unfortunately, it's not going as he wanted it, which is sometimes life. Some people might think they will do this and you fall, and then they display, and God chooses to, give you a positive way out of it, and then they get surprised and keep fighting. So, and the worst fight is when you're fighting yourself, because I can imagine Justin Dean fighting his ex-wife, the mother of his children, those beautiful girls. It's fighting yourself. You can change it. She's the mother of your kids. So I would advise him to get a hold of himself and move on and be there for his kids. I do not mind the noise from the background, please. It's in an open space, and I mean it's the kids are around and playing. And okay, so it's what I brought you today. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. And now he's saying Kara accusing him. Justin Dean said the ex-wife Kara is accusing him of having hit her, and he's gonna sue her for it, and even advised her to go take her meds. So what's your comment? What do you think this couple? It's because now it becomes a saga. It becomes a drama for all. This one is coming out to say that. This is coming out to say that. But in all, my part for the fact that he took the newborn Athena and deprived her of the mother's breast milk for 3 days, it's a whole lot. He shouldn't have done that. And then try to steal from them to their joint accounts, which, according to Korra, she said that was mainly her money that she put there. And she's been surviving just based on the Facebook thing she's doing, and she thanked God for that. So I'm asking, what's your opinion? What do we need to watch out for in marriages? Would you have advised Cora to actually go? Because if you ask me, he chose to go and you can't stop him from going. And it's not as if he has been the best. She's been managing it, staying put until he chose to free her actually and just go. So, because initially some people were like, you shouldn't have gone, you should have just begged, you should have just talked, you should have just this and that. And she said, you know, all that I even did to see that it works. But, you know, that the worst part is, after all, he wouldn't stay and he also wouldn't let her be. So, do you think Cora is at fault? Do you think Justin Dean is at fault? Who actually do you think is to be blamed here? All right, I'll leave you. It's your girl Annie Okonkwo. Be blessed and have a blast. Bye.